Good morning, dear student. This is Civics, chapter named Democracy and Equality. And dear student, already we have completed this chapter and you have already acquainted and already familiar with the concept, whatever it is there in this chapter. I think all you have read the chapter from your book properly, and whatever the notes it is there already I've given to you. So I hope that will benefit to you a lot. Today this is time to discuss the exercise work. So we'll discuss the exercise work properly. So I'm requesting to everyone, in a proper manner you will listen to all the questions and the answer, and you can do the question and answer in a proper manner. You will listen to me. So let's discuss the exercise work. And the exercise works to this particular chapter is divided into different parts according to the type of the question. So we'll have the first section, that is section A, that is multiple choice type question. So the first question is, the right to vote is guaranteed to Indians who are, option we have highly educated, the scheduled caste, highly rich citizens of India. As you know, right to vote is a courageous step of the Constituent Assembly, and during that time it was taking the step to give right to vote without any discrimination to all the people of our country India. So we'll go for option number D, that is citizens of India, those who are having 18 and more than that the age, so they can able to give vote and participate in the election process. So we have question number 2, the most successful scheme of the government which increased the enrollment of children in school is, option we have education for all, reservations of seats in schools, midday meal scheme, scholarship and financial help to the children, poor children. So you can see here all these four options related to the literacy program, but the most effective and the most significant which played a significant role to increase the enrollment of children in schools, especially in the rural areas, is the midday meal scheme. So we'll go for option number C, because midday meal scheme encourages or motivated to the children of rural area to come and have education in the school, because it provides midday meal during the daytime, so it encourages them to come and have education. So next we have question number 3, which one of the following is not responsible for weakening the Indian society? You can see here it is mentioned not responsible for the weakening of the Indian society. So one good point we have to select, not the bad one, which is weakening the Indian society. So we'll go for option number A, casteism. Yes, it is weakening the Indian society. Option number B, education. I do not think education is weakening the Indian society, rather it is strengthening the Indian society. We will go for option number C, literacy program. Illiteracy, sorry, it is illiteracy. Yes, it is weakening the Indian society. And poverty, obviously it is obstacles and hindrance in the path of development of Indian society. So we'll go for option number B, that will be our answer. So you can write the answer option number B, that is education, which is not weakening the Indian society, but it is strengthening the Indian society. We have question number 4, according to the preamble, who is constituting India into a socialist secular democratic republic? As I told you, you have to write the preamble of the constitution in a piece of paper and you have to paste in your class note copy. So from there I might can expect from you that you have remember also the concept. So in first it is written that we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign socialist secular democratic. So you can see there it is mentioned we the people of India. So we'll read the option, the people of India, all our national leaders, the constitution itself, the representative of the people. So we'll go for option number A. The answer will be option number A, the people of India, because it is mentioned there in the constitution with the people of India. So next we have question number 5, to ensure that all the children from the deprived sections are able to fulfill their dreams, the government of India should not, मतलब क्या नहीं करना चाहिए? The option we have, give them free food and clothing, give them monthly stipend and monetary help, provide free education, leave them to fight for themselves and become self-dependent. So option number D will be the appropriate answer to this particular question, because the government of India should not do these things, should not leave them to fight for themselves and become self-dependent, as they are deprived sections, they are the needy sections, so they need help from the government, they need extra attentions of the government. So government of India should provide them free food and clothing, should provide them monthly stipend and monetary help, and should provide educations, free education. But government of India should not leave them to fight for themselves and become self-dependent. So we will go for option number D. The option number D will be the answer to that question. Next we have section B, that is fill in the type question, fill in the blanks type question. So first question is, the DEX is a document that lays down the framework and political structure and the power and the duties of the government. Now you can remember the definitions of the term constitution. So it is mentioned in the definition of the constitution. The constitution is a document that lay down the frameworks, political structure and the power and the duties of the government. So from here you can remember the statements to define democracy, to define the constitution. So you can write here the answer. The constitution is a document that lay down the frameworks and the political structure and the power and the duties of the government. Next we have another question, question number 2. The DEX is an introduction to our constitution. Obviously the preamble, because preamble is the beginning of our constitution, so the answer will be the preamble is an introduction to our constitution. Next we have another question, question number 3. The DEX system creates a social division in a nation. Yes, it is the caste system. The caste system creates a social division in a nation. Next question we have question number 4. Each DEX is an organized group having its own policies and programs. So while we have defined political party, we have learned that political party is an organized group having its own policies and programs. So we can write the answer to question number 4. Each political party is an organized group having its own policies and program. Next we have question number 5. Many DEX have been made to protect the right to equality. So you can write here many laws. Many laws have been made to protect the right to equality. Many laws we can write. So next we have true and false type question. So you have to select any one option from true and false. And true and false question answer is very easy because it has only two options. One is true, another one is false. So among these two options, any one you have to select and you have to put there. So we have question number 1 from section C. On 15th August 1947, India became a republic. The statement is correct or incorrect? No, the statement is not correct, because on 15th August 1947 India got independence, not became a republic. It became a republic in the year 1950, 26 January, when the Constitution of India came into effect. So the statements will be false. So you can write down false over there. Our constitution framers wanted to eradicate discrimination. Yes, the answer will be correct. We'll write true over there, because our constitution framers, they wanted to eradicate discriminations from our country India. Next we have question number 3. People elect their representative for a fixed term. Yes, especially in our country India, people elect various representatives for 5 years. So you can go for the question and you can mention there true. The laws does not give equal protections to all. Yes, in the eyes of law everyone is equal. So the statements as it is mentioned there, it does not. So the statements is wrong, because the law gives equally protect to all, and this is one of the provisions of the right to equality. So you can go for the question, and the statements is wrong. The law does not give equal protections to all, so the statements is wrong. So we can mention here false. The provisions of reservations have not reached everyone. Yes, reservations and its provisions is started or initiated by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, but in spite of lots of years is passed, from independence, but still now the provisions of reservations have not reached to everyone due to the lack of awareness among the people, those who are staying in very remote and corner of our country, India. So the statements is true. The provisions of reservations have not reached everyone. It is true. You can mention here true. Next we have question number D. From question number D, I have given all the answer to you in the class notes or with the help of class notes, so you can get the answer to all these questions from your class note. What is the main provisions of an opposition party? I have given the answer that the opposition party have a check on the activities of the ruling party. So this is the main function. Next we have, why was the reservations provided for certain caste in India? Yes, for certain caste in India, just like SC, ST and OBCs, reservations is provided to make them equal like the upper section of the society. So it is for proportionate share of all this particular deprived section of the society in all walk of life, and this would live a life of dignity. Okay, so this is the answer. I have given the exact question. You can go for class note, you can go and you can prefer my class note whatever it is given. What is meant by secularism? Yes, I have given the answer to this question also. Secularism means it's a states where there is no religion which is considered as state religion. Everyone has the right to practice, propagate and follow any religion. Next question, we have question number 4. Why is universal adult franchise considered as a step of the Constituent Assembly? It's a courageous steps. So why it is considered as courageous step? I have also given the answer to this question, because during that time, whenever the constitution it was prepared, during that time most of the people they belong to poor and illiteracy. So that's why it's a courageous step. We can mention there, as during that time most of the people are poor and illiterate. That's why it's a courageous step of the Constituent Assembly. Next we have, name any two literacy started by the government of India. Yes, we can write a literacy program like Blackboard Operation, universalizations of primary education or elementary education, universalization of elementary education, that is the second point. Or also you can write on that adult education. We can also mention midday meal scheme, but we will mention here Blackboard Operation and universal elementary education. So this two answer you will write. Next we have question number E, and you know question number E consists of 5 marks question, so you have to write more. Do not make yourself limited to your what we can say, don't write very less answer, so try to write maximum answer here. Mention the main provisions of right to equality. As we have learned in our this particular chapter, we have 4 provisions of right to equality. All that things you have to write from the book and from the class note. Question number 2, how can the people keep a check on their representative? Yes, I have given also the answer to this question. You go for class notes. List the important step taken by the Indian government for the benefit of weaker section of the society. Yes, also I have given the answer to this question. This is reservation, various literacy program, various scheme of the government, just like loans, employment generation program. You can go for that one. Next we have midday meal scheme, and at last few steps taken by the government for the girls education. So you can write those points which is making benefits for the weaker section of the society. Next we have question number 4. List the factors that create inequalities and hamper the success of democracy. Yes, we have discrimination on the basis of caste. Another point, discrimination on the basis of community. And at last we have written few people, they are not allowed, few group of people to enter into temples. They are even not allow them to stay in rent houses, or even not providing them job. It means they are discriminating people on the basis of their caste. In this way you can write down these are the factors that create inequality, that hamper the success of democracy. Next we have question number 5. This question number 5 is very important for you, and this is the open-ended question, and this particular question is based on creativity. And this question I have given last time in your PT1 exam. Most of the student they have done well, but few students they are not able to write because the answer to this question is actually not there in your book. So you have to go for the class note whatever I am given. So you just listen to me. Why have the benefits of reservation not reached everyone? Yes, the benefit of reservation is not reached everyone because the first point is due to the lack of education. Due to lack of education, people are not conscious or not known about the concept of reservation, which is benefit which is provided to the lower section of the society and which is provided to them. And another point is lack of awareness. Are people are unaware regarding the reservations. They are not able to take advantages of whatever the reservation it is provided by the government of India. So the answer to why have the benefits of reservation not reached everyone, so the answer you'll write due to lack of education and awareness, the benefit of reservation not reached to everyone. Second question attached to this question, suggest two steps that can ensure development of all sections of the society. So you can suggest any 2 points. Just say I can suggest to you here, you can write the first point education and the second point about employment. So in education point you can write down education is a best weapons to overcome all the problems of our society. So we can strengthen our education system to strengthen the various section of the society, those who are living in our country, and ultimately that will strengthen to the Indian society. Second point you can write down employment. By making or by providing employment to the people, we can strengthen their social and the economic condition, and in this way we can improve our standard of living of the people, and in this way we can strengthen or we can develop, and that will be improve the standard of living of all the section of the society. So in this way you can write down education and employment by making 2 points. Next we'll go for value based question, and this is quite important for us because we have to discuss the value based question. We have to write the answer also in the okay. You can see here the value based question we have two, it is given here, but we have to go for the paragraph. Om Prakash is a student of government school in Maharashtra. He is made to sit away from the others in this class, and that is true on the floor. Sometimes he is forced to sweep the schools and the playground. He is given leftover midday meal that to not every day. One day his father was passing by the school and saw his son sweeping. He confronted the teachers and said loudly for all of them to hear, "You are a teacher, so I am living now. But remember, his son will study right here in this school, and not just him, but there will be many more coming after him." I'm repeating the statements whatever is told by his father. You are a teacher, so I am living now. But remember, his son will study right here in this school, and not just him, but there will be many more coming after him. So here the question we have, do you think Om Prakash was treated unfairly? Yes, Om Prakash was treated unfairly because as he is maybe belong to a lower social section of the society, he is allowed to sit a little bit away from other children's, and he has to sweep the floor, and in this way he is exploited in the school. He is being used by the teachers in the school in a very exploited manner. So we can say that yes, Om Prakash was treated unfairly. Next question we have, imagine yourself as Om Prakash and write these lines about how you would feel if you were in the same situation as he. Yes, definitely, as you will be there in that situation, you will feel awkward, you will feel something odd, you will feel bad, and you will feel inferior that you are not treated equally just like other students. So in this way you can write your own points, as it is value based question, you can do the answer to your own. So thank you everybody, we have already came to an end, and another question we have something to do. So here if it is there something to do, nothing to do we have, so we have complete the portions whatever it is there in the exercise work. So I think all you have got the concept what I have discussed today. So thank you everybody, you will do the concept and you will do all the question and answer in your exercise copy in a proper manner. Also you will do the value based questions. So thank you everybody, have a nice day.